Hello again. Now, I'm going to cover today about the lights outside. Then I'm just showing you a quick looking through at the front of my workshop. The three lights, these things. They're just solar lights, little 3-volt things. Come on with a sensor when you walk past it. Trouble is, we're in Scotland, we get very little sunlight. When we do get it, it's in a very short period of time. These things don't charge up that much, especially in winter, because we've got short days as well. So by the time I come to use it, they're already flat because there's too many people going up and down the driveway. And every time they do, it comes on. And then kids playing across. And they're flat. I come out, I've no light. So, I need to put a stop to that. And how I'm going to put a stop to that is by stopping these being solar panels to start with, connect them up to a power supply so that they're constantly powered. But then I only want them on when I want to use them. So I can put a passive detector in there, but if I do that, it'll come on when everybody's using it. Again, okay, I'm not running out of battery, but I'm using up all my electric all the time. Oh, I'm a tight bugger, but there you go. But also, it's a security point. I don't want people to have light unnecessarily around the area to be able to see what's going on. So, going to be on a remote control. Yeah. And this is it. A simple little box that you connect your power to, in and out, and this operates it. This is unit B. I got also unit A, and on the fob, which I got 2 of these, I've got an A and a B. If I press A, that was my dust extractor. It works perfect. Very simple to do, very reliable. I've been right over the road there and it still operates it, so very reliable. So I'm going to use B for the lights. I'll turn them on as I go across and I'll turn them off when I go in. Simple as that. Now then, in these we've got a whole load of circuitry, which you can see, which I've cut out loads of it, cables to everything. And off the front, I just pop off the reflector, just a couple of screws, and take out just the LED board. I don't need anything else, just the board. Everything else is just confusing. Passive, that tells you when it's daylight and night time as well, so again, confusing, causes a delay when I turn it on. That I'm going to have to wait for that to realise is it day or night before it comes on. Then you've got a switch, that is a programmable switch, it might be set wrong. All that sort of stuff means I don't want that board. It's going to confuse things. So we get this. Now if we get that, it says here 3.7 volts. I've got 3 volts here. And if we just simply connect that to there, we get a nice bright light. Yeah, lovely. So, I'll get the 3 of them, take them out, sort them out, connect some wires to them, put them back in again, raw, without all that board. And a couple of wires hanging out the back of them. Sort of like that. Sticking out the back, that I can then get the power cable plugged in, and then it's all on the power supply. Now then, the power supply itself, I'm using a USB charger. A standard 5-volt USB charger. This is an American one. I can't use it here in Europe, they don't work. But if you open it up, you can pull out the gubbins, driver maybe, because only plugged into it there. And it pulls out. Now, that's as power supply. As mains, goes into there. It says on it that it does up to 240 volts. Well, okay, that's good. So, that's on there, and then on here, I just need the 2 connections. So I should get some power to that, and then check which 2 wires I want on there, and connect 2 wires to it. Them 2 wires will connect to the lights. The power ones will connect from this. This is simple, couldn't be simpler. You've got a shared neutral in the middle. and a live in and a live out. So there you go. Let's take a plug with some wire. There we are, a plug. Connect, all the way around. Connect in your live and neutral like so. And then do the same with that, live and neutral in. When you press the fob, and this is turned on, it will turn that on. That connected to the lights will turn the lights on instantly. That's what I'm going to do. So, let's get to it. Now if you're doing one of these, the very nature of the way they make it is it's a plug to go in there. So if you've got a soldered wire like I have here, it will go into that and then you can force it in, which makes a real nice good strong contact in there. All I want to do is be able to test which is which. So as long as I keep myself away from the main side of it, I should be okay. So get a bit of tape on the main side and just wrap it around it. It stops you accidentally touching anything. This is the area of interest. This is where them connections are made. There. Go up the middle there and there. No. There we have it. So, two outer ones. The left side as I'm looking at it is live, positive, and the right side is negative. So there we go, now we know what we want. On there, I want to very quickly get a couple of cables on there so as I don't forget. That is now ready for connecting, that side being the battery, this side being the mains. And now I have all three of these out, and I want to replace the cables with something a little bit more substantial. Right, let's just try one. Neutral's that side, live's that side. A little bit careful when you're doing these do damage very easily. LED boards. And the iron on there as short a time as possible. Test that. If you can, it's always good to be periodically testing this sort of stuff as you go along, as often as you can. Each time you do something else, give it a little test, make sure it's working again at that stage, and that way then you know if at any point it's not, you know what stage it's not. Okay, do that 3 times and they'll be ready, they can go back in. We just put them back together again, using exactly the same as what was there originally. So back through the same hole with the wires. The wires are a bit bigger, but they'll still go through. Not any problem like that. There we are, that's them on, that's good. Then, the cover, or reflector, magnifier, whatever you want to call it. That just goes over and then from behind a couple of screws go in place. Does that look okay? Yeah, that looks okay. Then a couple of little screws that I took out. Getting wet, that one. And we shall feed these wires through the hole in the back there, which I made earlier. Just a little hole within the protected area. And then I shall seal that with some silicone later. And that way water can't get in, but it's keeping everything in the right place. So, nice and squashed, like that. Okay, before I go any further, again, another test. Just I like to see them light up, that's all it is. There we are. And that's going to look nice. Yes, that's good. Right, I'm going to screw that back together again and do it with the rest of them. Now if you've got the facility, I would recommend, if you're using this type of connector, that you tin the wires first. It does make for a much stronger connection inside the crimp connector. It grips a lot better. There we go, that's all three done. Right. Next, sort out this lot. What we want. Main side to this, and the main from this to this. So, on here, simple, in, out. That's all, in, out. It's very easy. I will want that in a box there. I want this in a box next to it. So I won't got that much wire. I can put a bit of trunk in between if I decide to. There. Again, tin the wires. Better connections. And neutral goes in with it. Into the side. Okay. There. I'm going to keep it butted up so the insulation is butted up to the terminal. Again, just good habit, makes for better connections. And line there, and for that line under the plate. Inside there, tight, everything tight, good. This is quite an easy one, this. Once you get everything back into a position there, you can get it all back in. And just push shut. Done. Got a little screw to hang it if you want to. Now on the dust extractor, it's 3/4, it's got an earth. In and out. So all I've done, because this doesn't accommodate for an earth, so all I've done is I've taken the earth wire here, connected it together, and then bound it all up so it's safe. Like this one. Right, so all I want is a little cut out there. This is not going outside, it's not going near rain or anything like that. I don't need any silly protective measures. I just want it closed because it's 240 volts. That's all. There. Okay, a little slot. That sort of thing. Just stick it into the bottom there. Can be most annoying. But there. Won't get all of it because the wires are holding it up, but it's getting it mostly enough. Same with that. There and there, there and there. Lovely jubbly. Jobs are good. Okay, there we go. Right, well that's pretty much the wiring sorted. I think before we get the main cables outside, just give it all a quick test. We've got the mains coming into the remote switch. We've got the power supply, which is just a USB transformer. The wiring loom and the 3 lights. Now hopefully, my only concern would be that the power of that going through this entire loom as it got it to get through. We'll soon find out. There we go. A slight delay, but I would say that was a success. Right, what I need to do now is get these looms through the building, then I can go put these on in place and get this mounted over there. Okay, on the inside here, I've still got a bit of tidying up to do. The wire comes in through the wall there, runs over the top of the heater, just dangles on a nail there, and it's plugged into that plug socket just there. There's the gubbins there. But let's go outside and have a look. So there again are the 3 lights. Right over there. And this time, it's simple. I have a fob, I press the fob, on they come. Right, just a quick insight on the closer so that you know if you want to follow and you can do the same. These, Tool Station. Many other shops sell them as well, but I got them from Tool Station. At the time, about 11 quid each, something like that. This, I got on eBay from China. E-Milo. More smart solutions. E-Milo. E-Milo. So there we go, that's another successful little project. You see, you got problems, you got issues, just think about it, just work something out. There's always an answer to the problem. I was sick of my batteries going flat. Now they'll never go flat because there ain't got any batteries, but nobody else can use them except me. Right, well, if you get any questions, put them in the bottom, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, once again, thanks for watching and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.